soft light has a way of transforming an ordinary photo and making it warm and dreamy. Now, in this practical edit, I'll show you how we can shape the light and then use Luminar Neo to give it that final touch of that beautiful mystical glow that soft light is known for. All right? Well, let's review what we're going to learn first. These are the 5 tips we're going to work on. And we're going to start off with first, we're going to use clamshell lighting. And so I do want to explain what clamshell lighting is, and then how to set it up as the main light. And then we'll work on filling in the shadows. And then we're going to fine tune the look. And then once we have it captured, we'll create that dreamy look that it's known for. So those are going to be our topics. And what we're going to do first is I'm going to explain how to use soft light, whether it's window light, outdoor light, whether you're using strobes or sunlight. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to give you a real simple way of doing it, and that's using natural light with 2 tools, a reflector, which is right down here, and a diffuser, which is up on top. So clamshell lighting is unique. It's flat light, and it has a certain characteristic where when that light comes in, you're making it like this, like a clamshell. So you're using the top sunlight or studio strobe to come down, and when it comes in, it gives that beautiful look off on the subject. But here's the thing, we need that diffuser, or this right down here, this reflector, to bounce that light back up underneath to fill in the shadows. So we have 2 tools here. The diffuser is up on top, and that's letting light come in to the scene. Then we're going to use the reflector, which is usually with silver, to bounce the light back up underneath to fill in the shadows under the chin and then under the eyes. Now, here's what's really neat. If you're using this outdoors, the height of the diffuser, if you feel like it's letting in too much light, move it up and it'll spread it down even further. If you feel it's not letting enough light in, then you move it in just a little bit closer. Same thing with the reflector on the bottom. You bounce the light, you bring the light up. If you need to fill in more of the shadows, push it down to remove it. The best way to work on this is to experiment. Practice it, you'll get that down. Now that we have the beautiful look, here's what we're going to do with it. We're going to come in here and we're going to transform it from this here to here, just using a few simple tips. Now notice the eyes. So there it is. We have the catch light underneath. The top part is where that diffuser came in. The bottom part is where the reflector is. So what I'm going to do is show you the tools that we used to create the edit. And it's real simple. Here it is again, before, which is still a very good image. Oh, now we're going to add that extra. So we'll start out down here with mystical. So the mystical tool is going to give us that dreamy look. Look at this. And I'll go to an extreme so you can see the difference. Look what it's doing to the tree and over here to the bark. Love what it's doing to the greens. Now, I don't want the effect on her eyes. So I did use a mask. I'll show it. Notice it's applied everywhere but the eyes. So I want her eyes to be tack sharp. Then the glow effect. The Orton effect is one of those tools that combines softness in the shadows, and it brings a little sharpness into the highlights. So it's one of those tools that it's subtle, but it makes a huge difference. And here we can apply more of a soft effect, where we dial it back. And I'll go to an extreme so you can see it. Look how it blows everything out. So we have to be careful on how much we're applying. Right about there. That looks good. And now the blur tool. Look at this. Because I don't want the bark to be sharp. I want the focus to be on the subject. In this case, my goddaughter, Erica. So with the masking, we'll show the mask. I applied it everywhere here except onto the subject. And here was the twisted tool. So I'll show you to an extreme. So we're using twisted just enough to where it throws everything out of focus and it pushes it towards the camera. And then last, we'll finish off with the develop. And here, I like to adjust the highlights, because if we went overboard with blowing it out, the Orton effect, or using the mystical tool, here's where we're going to bring back some of that detail into the skin. And there it is. All right, so let's look before and after. Here's the original. Again, it's still a very nice image, but that's how we're going to finish it off, just using a simple tool inside Luminar Neo. So there you have it. Find a subject, grab a couple, usually it's a 5-in-1 reflector, where it has all of those tools into it. You need 2 of those. Use the diffuser on top, reflector on the bottom, have a lot of patience, have a lot of fun, and you'll take that ordinary photo and transform it into something just extraordinary. All right? Well, when you do that, please send us some of the images. Let us see what you're doing. If you have any questions, leave the comments below. I can't wait to see what you create.